Hey guys, what is up? DT Fang here. Sorry about that. I had the microphone muted. I do apologize. Welcome back to the channel. We are going to be doing a little Estancia Lapacha tonight on the farm simulator. Love this game. Love it. Um, so without further ado, let's get into it. Let's try that intro again. Sorry about that. And here we go. Okay, there we are, guys. Welcome back. Sorry about that. That was a little strange. Had a little microphone problem there. Anyway, welcome back to the channel. And we are going to play a little Estancia Lapacha this evening. This was one of my favorite maps from Farm Sim 17. So I really do enjoy this map. It's just a lot of fun. I haven't gotten to the point of doing the sugarcane yet, but I want to do that. So anyway, I'm playing solo player, of course. So you know, I do hire a lot of workers and whatnot, but I kind of refuse to take out a bank loan. So I'm just trying to grind through and get a few things taken care of. So let's go ahead and go in here. And I believe, if I remember right, you can sleep in the house. If nope, not letting me go up there. Yeah, sleep. There we go. So let's sleep until 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, let's sleep till 6 in the morning. That should do it. Okay, there we go. All right, so early morning. We shouldn't have to farm too much in the dark. Yeah, it looks like the sun's coming up now. So let's go ahead and check out what we got going on. Honestly, I can't remember where I left off. So really the only thing, excuse me, really the only thing that I've done is, honestly, I've bought a front loader attachment with the forklift. I've bought the big fertilizer spreader, lime spreader as well. I did place one item, which is going to be this silo, or not silo, whatever you call this thing, for silage whenever we get around to that point, because this little field right here is a good field to start with for cutting grass and gathering all that up. But we're not quite to that point yet. Move the truck out here. And then up in the field here, we are planting, I believe I did soybeans this time. Last time I did canola. Canola usually is a pretty good source of income. It looks like we've got a pretty big field here. If you look at the map, I don't know how many of you are familiar with this map, but it's fairly large. The field that we've got especially for a starting field. So number 2 there is it takes a while to harvest and it takes a while to plant. So anyway, let's go ahead and get back here. I'm just going to jump into one of the vehicles here. So this is our Case 7210 Pro. And I had a worker cultivating the land here. I'm probably going to go ahead and, let's see, we'll cultivate the land, but I do want the worker to go ahead and finish, excuse me, harvesting. So let's go ahead and crank this up. Now, most of the time, guys, I do play inside the cockpit, just so you know, but I'll alternate back and forth. So let's see. So let's start this up. See if I remember what buttons do what. Okay, that starts it. Go ahead and turn on the lights. That is down. Let's go ahead and start. All right, so we get there, start, hit H to hire a helper, and we are good to go for this. And you can tell that I've done a little bit of harvesting because I need to give it a good wash. It's getting kind of dirty. So anyway, let's go ahead and go over to the, okay, there's the pickup. Okay, I've got 2 tractors right now. I've got one trailer. One, because he's just about full, so he's going to be flashed, but his beacon lights are already on, but I usually wait till they stop. And then I'll go pick up the load. All right, so this guy, let's go ahead and get him cranked up as well. We're going to get him continuing on to plow out this field. Now the reason I did it this way, the shorter way across instead of the long way, is because there's more room to turn around. I was running into a problem with the AI to where it would get closer to the house and it would it acted weird around the turnaround spot. So excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit congested. So anyway, let's go ahead and make sure. Okay, that was already down. Let's put that back down. Go ahead and start, and we'll go ahead and hire. There we go. So he will continue on with that. That one's going, and we are basically going to be a runner for right now. Sorry guys, if I mute the microphone, that's so you don't hear me coughing or wheezing. All right, let me bear with me a second here. I am going to move the little DT Fang logo out of the way, and we're going to move that up here. We're going to get that a little bit out of the way there so you can see the map, and you don't really need to know what the controls have to be because it's going to be different for everybody. So we'll go back in and do that. I'll just actually hide those unless I need them. So, okay. Let's see what we want to do. Let's go ahead and hop in here. Now, I do not have my track IR on tonight. I just didn't want to wear the hat. It gets hot after a while wearing the hat and streaming, so I'll have to just use the keyboard to pan left and right and look around and stuff, like to back excuse me, to back up and attach trailers and whatnot. Actually, let me move the hat. There's the hat right there. Let me get that over there. I'm going to move my keyboard too, so hang in there with me. Just going to move it so I can get to it easier to pan the view. All right, so we'll be driving along, and then yeah, we can look left and right like this. Try to get it recentered. That's one thing I wish there was like a button. And I know there was a mod in Farm Sim 17 that was really good about this. It was called the Look Behind mod, and what it would do, you'd hit a button on your controller, and it would turn 180 degrees faster than this, but it would go exactly 180 degrees, and then you could, back up, and then you hit the button again, and it would go right back to the front view, but like really fast. Now the track IR does something similar, but you have to turn your head so far. The track IR, you have to turn your head, but your eyes are still looking at the screen, so it gets a little difficult sometimes. But anyway, all right. So let's see. Did he stop? I don't know if he stopped yet or not. Yeah, he stopped because the pipe's out. Let's go ahead up here and get this taken care of for him. And it should be about right there. Nope, a little further. Yeah, I'm horrible at judging distance when I'm riding next to a harvester. Now this is pretty much beginner equipment. I understand that, and but then again, I wanted to start a series to where we could, you could see the farm grow, and while I'm playing it. Now I may do some streams too, possibly with some multiplayer. I do have something in the works now that may pan out to where we could actually do some multiplayer streams that have both. Sorry, I'm going to move the snowman as well too. And guys, feel free to donate to the channel. I don't ask for donations normally, but there's so many games coming out that I would love to stream. If you want to support the channel, that would be awesome. Anything at all that you want to do. You don't have to do anything. First off, let me make that clear. You don't have to do anything. I just enjoy, having subscribers and having people watch me. But, if you feel like you want to donate, feel free. You can click, there's a link in the description to support the stream. And PayPal only right now. But yeah, if you want to do that, feel free. And but I'm not going to beg, so that'll be the only time I mention it probably during this stream. Well, I might mention it one more time if we get a bunch more viewers. But anyway, back to the stream. Okay, so we unloaded the soybeans into the trailer here. All right, so let's go dump this. Oops. Actually, I probably don't want to go riding through the field. Now, I do have crop destruction turned off. We start doing multiplayer and stuff, though. I'm probably going to turn it back on. I kind of left some of the settings off. I think I've got lime turned. Actually, I don't know if I've got lime turned on or not. There's a few new things in FS 19. Number one, lime is a new thing that you need to do to the fields. You need to add lime every so often. Now, periodic plowing, that was in 17, and that's back in 19 as well. The other new thing is weeds, um, and that's the other thing that I've got somewhere. Actually, I think that's it over there. Yeah, right there to the left there. That is a weeder. So you pull that behind it, it pulls the weeds out in the first. It has to be the first like third. I think it's the first either third or 2/3 stage of growing. So if you don't do it by then, you can't pull them out, and you don't get as much yield to your harvest. So, all right. So we're going to just concentrate on trying to get this entire load done, or this entire crop harvested and dropped into the silo here. Let's see if I've got the right button set up here. Yep, should be that. Yep, it is. So how you guys doing tonight? Glad you could join me. If you don't mind, if you're enjoying the stream, I would appreciate a thumbs up on the video. That would be awesome. And at least consider subscribing if you are having a good time. It gets a little livelier when we have a lot of people talking in chat. But anyway, if you're just enjoying it, just watching, feel free to comment down below on the video or just anything. Let me know you're there and let me know what you think. Let's get back in here. Scoot on down the road. I keep wanting to reach over to my shifter because I've been playing so much Euro Truck. Let's see. Need to get this back up there. I guess we need to... Actually, you know what? Whoops. I'm going the wrong way here. I'm going to have to go out through the... Kind of hard to turn this one around, so I'm just going to kind of sneak through here, even though I'm not really supposed to be driving a tractor on the cobblestone. The suspension in this is pretty cool, too. I don't remember it being quite that... the physics not being quite that way in 17. So, I mean, there's a lot of differences. The graphics, you probably can't tell right away that the graphics are that much better, but they're pretty good. I mean, I can visually notice a difference. The ground, it still does the 2D texture on the ground, where it makes it look like it's 3D. But it's still 2D. So, but you know what? That doesn't bother me. That really doesn't bother me. All right, we got the guy out there. Okay, he's cruising on along there. Yeah, it's going to take him a while to go ahead and cultivate this entire field. Now, one thing I learned, and I had completely forgotten about this, but one thing I learned is if you hop out and you walk over to the field, it actually tells you what's going on with the field. Okay, so it looks like we've got lime turned off, where it would actually say something. And if you look down at the bottom right of the screen down there, like right down there on the very bottom, it'll tell you like the status of the field. So it's owned by me, fruit type soybeans, growth is harvested. That means it's already been harvested. It's 0% fertilized and 0% weeds. That means there's no weeds on it. It has not been fertilized. And that makes sense because we're cultivating it right now to get ready for the next seeding. Now, what I do want to do is I really want to get another, what do you call it? The seeder that the one that does the cultivating and plants the seeds at the same time. That's the one that I want to get, and I'm saving up for that right now. Yeah, we're doing kind of bad on money right this minute, but I mean, we'll get there. It's just when you start like I'm starting, and you don't really take out any, you don't really borrow a whole lot of money. I mean, you have to have some to start with, but I wanted to add a little bit more realism to it and see, if I could actually turn it around and start making a good bit of money. Because at midnight, it takes out, I can't remember what the exact amount is, but it takes out a percentage of however much you still owe. So, let's see here. Let's go over. Let's hop back in here. I'm still going to let him drive, but at least this way we can watch what he's doing. Yeah, I was playing a little bit of. I've been playing a little bit of everything. I know most of my streams end up being the trucking games, but I have a lot more than that. I do. I did a little bit of the racing games last night. Well, I did one stream, but I was playing around offline, playing around with Race Room Experience. I love that game. The graphics on it are insane, and they're very smooth, and the car handling is pretty intense. Project Cars 2 is not bad either. It's pretty cool. Assetto Corsa. I'm trying to get into Assetto Corsa, but I don't know. I'm having a hard time with some of the way that there's an auto clutch, and then you can also change the manual gears with the shifter, and it just doesn't seem to be working right for me. I probably just have something set up wrong. But anyway, so yeah, let's watch this guy from the outside here. Yeah, he's going to go ahead. He keeps harvesting this. Now, this one doesn't matter that it's going long across this way, honestly, because this field is almost perfectly square. So, they're just harvesting right along here. I would like to get this to the point. I really want to try out the horses because the horses are new. There's a horse animal feature in this one that was not in the other ones. Now there was pigs before and there was cows before, but evidently they've kind of redone a lot of that. Pigs now, evidently, there's like a lot of difference in the pigs to where what you can actually feed them. So pig farm is going to be fairly difficult to do as far as what because you have to give them all different types of crops and make it into a like a mix, like a mixed ration kind of thing. So if you can see right there, I don't know if you can see those right there, the red, those are weeds. And if you look closely, I don't know how well you can see it on the stream, but if you do look closely, there's several of them throughout. There's purple weeds, red weeds, there's some white ones. So that's just an area that well, I don't own that field first off, so I can't weed it. But another thing that's pretty cool is if you look, the birds that are walking around, those are new. So as you cultivate or plant, the birds fly down and take your seeds. They don't really take your seeds, but that's what real birds would do. Any of the seeds that are down there, they'll go down and pick them out. Yeah, got the old New Holland, what is that, TX32. This is one of the beginner ones for sure. It's got a very small header on it. I really want to get, that's the next step. It's going to be getting a better header. Yeah, so I figured I'd start a little bit earlier tonight, maybe do a longer stream. Maybe see if we can get a different group of people in here. Because I know most of my friends are over there in the UK, and by the time I start streaming, it's almost midnight over there. So, I mean, a lot of them stay up late anyway, but had a little ear itch there. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I've got to work on getting a little bit better lighting in here too. So that's just know that that's coming. Let me adjust. Sorry, let me adjust this camera just a smidge here. There we go. And then I need to do it on the other one, which would be this one. And guys, if you do like what you're seeing, I would appreciate a thumbs up on the video. That would help me out a lot as well. And also, anybody who would like to subscribe, feel free. At least consider it. I'm going to be doing this. I actually do this quite often. As far as the streaming, so I am new, but so far so good. I'm really enjoying it, and it's coming right along. So anyway, back to the game. Yeah, we'll get this field completely harvested, and then we'll set off one of the. Well, do I only have 2 tractors? Yeah, I've only got 2 tractors. So, what we'll have to do is I might see. Yeah, we'll have to take a few loads with the one of the small tractors, and have the other tractor starting to plant in the field that's being cultivated right now. Sorry, I keep doing this. My nose is itching. Got my hair cut today, and every time I get my hair cut, my nose itches. All right, so we're at, what are we, 39, about 3,900 in the soybean area there for the harvester. I think it holds 56, if I remember correctly, so it'll need to be emptied fairly soon here. So let's go back over here. Oh, check out the sound in this truck. This is a cool sounding truck. It's got a really, really good engine sound to it. I mean, to me, that just sounds like an old farm truck. Just that. Sounds like one my granddad had a long time ago. So anyway, yeah, this is just a. I mean, and the other. Check this out. Look how huge this harvester is. I mean, not harvester, I'm sorry, the fertilizer spreader. I mean, it's just gigantic compared to the truck. Even to the tractor, it's just big. So, but that's the only one, this is the cheap one, that'll spread lime as well. So, and like I said, lime is a fairly new thing. Right now, I've got it turned off just because I want to try to get a little bit of money coming in. But I did go ahead and buy the harvester. Not harvester, geez, the spreader. I'm sorry. I keep saying harvester for some reason. I have harvester on my mind because we're going to have to empty it soon. And I did go ahead and buy a pressure washer because I can't stand a filthy, filthy tractor. So, all right, so let's leave this one. Let's turn the engine off. All right, let's go ahead and get this one back up and running. All right, and I am using a wheel. I'm using a Logitech G29. I think it's a G29 or G920. It's the one for the PlayStation, so I think that's the 29. I always get those confused. And I do have the shifter, but obviously I'm not shifting in this game. But you can. Now this is cool. They just fixed this because it didn't work originally. I've got it set up. Actually, you know what? Let me show you how I've got it set up. I just dropped the trailer off. I'm going to go over here and connect to the front end loader. And for those of you guys out there with a shifter, if you only have a shifter and you don't have one of these really cool, farming simulator boxes, let me show you a little trick that I figured out. You can actually assign the front end loader tool up and down to gears. So like you push forward on the gear shifter, like you're going up into third gear or something, that will lower it. You pull back, it lifts it like a joystick. So that's kind of the way that I've got it set up. I keep turning my head like my track IR is on. But nope, that's not. That's gonna hit it. It's in there like so. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm hitting it. These are a little bit tricky to connect. There we go. All right, so we've got it on there. Let me just kind of pull back out so we can see what's going on. All right, that's good. All right, so let's look at it from the outside. So what I've got set up right now is, I can't show it on camera because I don't have the one camera, but anyway, I'm pulling back on the joystick, on the shifter, and that raises that up. Now push it forward, like going into third gear, lowers it. And then when I pull it back into neutral, it stops lowering it. So it's like, it's literally like a joystick, except it doesn't have the spring return. Now I've got first gear set up to go down, second gear to go up. So I've got two different axes on the gear shifter. So that's the way I did it in 17. I thought it was kind of cool, just because I don't have one of those really neat button boxes with the nice joystick with the rotation and stuff. So anyway, let's get back in here. I don't really need this right now. I bought it so we could buy seeds. And instead of having the helpers automatically replenish it, do it that way. But to start with, since it's pretty much me and only me, I'm going to, oops, I gotta change the thing that I'm dropping. There we go. Oop, wrong way. All right, so let's go check on the harvester. I think it's probably ready to be emptied. So it looks like we got a couple of new people in here. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining me this evening. Let's see, where did I leave it? There it is. Yeah, the harvester has stopped, and there goes the pipe. So actually that looks like it just came out, so I'm not too far behind them. Go over here and back up to the trailer. Alright, let's do this the hard way. Or not hard way, but yeah, I like backing them up this way, because this is like looking over your shoulder instead of going to like an external view. And like I was saying earlier, there's a mod, or there was a mod that I hope they do for 19, which basically does what I just did with the push of a button. As far as the turning around, it'll do it, and it does it faster too. It's like a quick 180, and then you push it, and it turns all the way back around to your front view again. Like that. Yep, there we go. Oh, that was about dead center that time. I did pretty good. Normally I miss it. So we are about, let's see how far we've got on the field here. Yeah, we're about a little bit more than halfway on that, I believe. Yeah, we're a little bit more than halfway down. So we're good. We're doing good. So field 1 will eventually be, by the time we get done with field 2, I think field 1 will also be done as far as being cultivated and ready to be planted. So I think we're good on that. All right, so let's go take this to the silo. Drop it off. Yeah, need to be thinking about getting a baler also. Go ahead and start baling. Yeah, that's the thing about the farm simulator games. I just can't decide what I want to do next. There's so much that you can do. Yeah, but it's funny that I don't necessarily play a lot of really, high excitement games on streams and stuff. I like the survival games, and I play those quite a bit. Those are, they're pretty challenging, and they can be scary too. I've got one that's fairly scary while you're playing it. But anyway, I do enjoy those, but these are a little bit, they're relaxing, but it's kind of nice that they're relaxing. And they're fun to stream, and it kind of lets you chill out and enjoy talking to people while you're playing. I mean, I'd play either way, but I do enjoy streaming and chatting with folks, so. Alright, so we have dropped that off. Actually, I kind of want to see, let's see how much we've got in that silo right now. If I can remember how to do it. Yeah, right here, silos owned, total capacity. We have got that. Okay, so 16,799 out of 2 million. Is that 2 million or 200,000? That's 200,000. Okay, so we're only at 16 out of 200,000 just for that, so I think we're doing fine. Go ahead and take it back on up here. Now I want to get to the point of where I can store enough to pick and choose what I want to take and get paid for, take to the the stores. But right now it's pretty much harvest, sell, harvest, sell. And what is it, 825? So I've got the time turn on 5 times speed for now. Normally what I'll do is after I plant everything, I'll go ahead and turn the speed up to 120 times normal speed. That just helps everything grow faster, so there's not as much of a delay. Now, as the game progresses, we'll have to leave it at a lower speed because there's just so much to do that we won't be able to do it. If we keep doing that, we'll miss. In other words, we'll miss something. Well, either something will go, bad. We won't get the price that we want for it. You forget to lime something, or you might forget to fertilize something, and then that you can't go back sometimes and do it. So yeah, you gotta watch the time compression. But other than that, it's a good helper to make time pass, because there's times like this right now where I've got 2 helpers doing everything else. I'm being a runner, and then I mean, you could always switch over to them and watch them. I usually just kind of let them go, because sometimes it's kind of hard to line them back up to get them to cover the entire area that you want them to, but that's just me. So actually, while they're doing that, let's take a look in the shop here. Not really sure what I want next. Oh, yeah, yeah, I am. I want to see about getting that cultivator that plants as well. I think it's the, what is it? It's the Amazon. I think it's an Amazon. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it. No, is that it? That's not it. That is not it. Maybe I'm thinking of not a cultivator. It actually is a cedar. Is it this? That's it. I think that's it right there. That might be the one that I used so often on. Yeah, that's it. That's the one that I used so often. Last time I played Farm Sim 17. Yeah, the Rapid A 600S. 76,000. Right now we're only at about a little bit over 10,000, so we got a little bit of ways to go. But we could sell about 2 or 3 trailer loads and we'll be fine. But yeah, we're doing pretty good on the harvesting. It'll be done a little bit sooner than I thought. I thought it was going to take all night to harvest it. So welcome to the new people that just came in there. How you doing tonight? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. Glad you're here. Doing a bit of farming here tonight. Thought I'd change it up from the normal truck simulator games. This way we can go back and forth and do a few different things instead of just driving from one destination to another. Although I do love the truck sim games. Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to keep moving the mouse there. Let's get it a little bit better. Well, it's kind of a hazy day. Now the weather, I've noticed the weather in this game is a whole lot better. When it changes, to rain, to fog, just everything. It's more gradual, it seems. So you don't notice it immediately. So yeah, we're only at 2,000. It's going to take a little while for this field to be harvested. And we're harvesting soybeans. They're fairly good price-wise. Actually, let me look at the price on those right now. What are they? Yeah, soybeans right now, the highest price is this $26.82, and that is at the bakery. Actually, might not be a bad idea if we go ahead and sell a few while we're still harvesting. But it's still on the rise. I think I'm going to let it go. I'll let it go for a little bit, and then if it stops rising, and then at that point we'll go ahead and sell. But if it's on the rise, it'll stay on the rise for quite a while. And also when it stops rising, it'll stay at that set level for a while. So we can sell it at that set level before it starts dropping again. we doing over here with this other guy? Yeah, we're doing pretty good. Yeah, it seems like there's a few more tractor configurations too. The shop has changed quite a bit from what it was before. Let me show you. Like, let's say we do a harvester here. Let's just pick one. I mean, it's a nice looking shop, and you could rotate, the vehicle, look, see what you're doing. Now this one you can change the wheel setup from standard to wide tires, and that's pretty much it on this one. But some of the equipment, like that fertilizer that I had, where is that? Fertilizer here, this one. You can take like this, and it's got your different wheel setup. So that would be the one that does not, the thin wheels, narrow tires. Those are the ones that prevent the crop destruction. If you have that turned on, you got your standard tires, and that's your only options for that. But you've also got, this is your normal payload. You can add an extension to it to add more. So like right there, it's set to, it'll only hold 9,000 of the fertilizer or lime. Hit that, it'll hold 11,000, and I think there's one more. Yeah, there's a big one that it jumps it all the way up to 14,000. So those are nice little features. You've got the different types of spreaders. Right now you got the spreader discs, but you can also spread that out even further by getting the 6-meter spreading unit. It's just up to you, whatever you want to do. I think I've got just the extensions on the other one and the spreading disc, if I remember right. You can also lease them, but I usually don't lease. I just usually try to save up enough money and buy it. Oop. Why did he stop? Somebody in the way? All right, let me turn it around here. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what happened. I'm thinking he probably ran into the tractor. Let's see. Yeah, I'll harvest for a while. Why not? May not be pretty, but we'll get the job done this way. Yeah, I do like doing all the different jobs. Being a runner, driving around the towns, driving through the map, exploring a little bit. That's always fun. Hopefully I'm not missing any there on the left. It's not too bad when it's straight like this, and you can actually keep it straight. Sometimes you'll end up going just a little bit too far to the right, like then. I went too far to the left, and you'll end up making it a little crooked. Then you have to go back and try to straighten it out. Get to the end there, and then I'll pop that up. That way it's not giving us that warning about not owning this field. Like that. So we're about 3/4 of the way full in the harvester here. Yeah, you see that little curve? If you look straight ahead, kind of curved over too far. Which it doesn't really matter when you get down this close to being finished with the field. It might only take one more pass to get past. One more pass to get it straightened back out and to harvest everything you need to be harvesting. Yeah, that's what happened. He ran into the tractor. I didn't know they were going to be that close. I thought I had them spaced apart fairly well. spin out and turn around. And harvester back on. All right. Yeah, we're gonna try to straighten this out a little bit, try to get lined up that way. See if we can't intercept that right there. There we go. That should be about right. I'm really anxious to get some of the other machinery as well, because the cockpits inside are a lot more animated, supposedly. Like this one's very plain, and it doesn't have any really moving parts, so that's why it's kind of the way it is. If you look around in it, yeah, I mean it's highly detailed, and the seats moving up and down. Actually, you know, there might be a setting in there that I could change that'll not keep the camera like this. It may actually make the camera kind of go up and down like it's hitting the bumps. I might experiment with that later. I'm not going to do that right now. At 45.52, we might have 2 more passes in us before we have to unload. Yeah, I'll be happy when we get a large harvester with a decent sized header. It's always so painstaking with these little ones. It just feels like you're taking forever to get anywhere. I'll be excited when they come out with a few more maps too. Even though I love this map, I've played it before. I wouldn't mind getting a few new ones, mod maps. The 2 that come with it, they're okay, I guess. Felsbrunn, seems like everybody's playing Felsbrunn, which is why I didn't want to do it. I wanted to be a little bit different. And then, what's the other one? Hillsdale or something? I can't remember. Okay, let's turn that off. It's funny, you get in a habit just like you do when you're cutting grass about how you're, like at the end of a row, what you do to go and spin around. And I do the exact same thing on my lawnmower when I cut the grass. Without even thinking about it, it's kind of second nature now. Yeah, it says that it's sunny, but this is not sunny. It's normally brighter than this when the sun's out. I don't know what's going on. It just seems rather like foggy or something. Maybe it's just fog, early morning fog. It's still only 9 o'clock, so, or 9:30. So that may be why. Maybe that early morning fog hasn't burned off yet. There we go. Yeah, I've seen that Cytec, I think it's Cytec is the name of it. The Cytec controller that has the wheel as well, and it's got one of those, what are they called? The ball thing that's right there on the front to be able to steer with one hand. It's got one of those on it. Which, I mean, technically you could put one on one of these, you know, any gaming steering wheel, really. They should fit. If you wanted to. I've never used one. I mean, it would be okay, but it's not that big of a deal to turn a itty bitty small wheel like this. Now, if you had a large wheel like the size of the one that's in the harvester here, then yeah, that would be different. But again, guys, if you like what you're seeing tonight, if you're enjoying the stream, please at least consider subscribing. If you don't subscribe, maybe give me a thumbs up button, or give me a thumbs up button as well. That will help out the channel quite a bit and help me out, make me know that at least I'm entertaining at least a few people. And we'll try to grow the channel here. I'm trying to get, subscriber-wise, I'm trying to get up to 50 before the end of the year. And I've already more than doubled what I had in a week. So if you would like to subscribe, click on the button. If not, no big deal. Don't worry about it. Let me drop this back down here. Whoops. Wrong button. That was not the right button at all. See, how close am I to get? Oh, I'm already full. That means I probably went through and yeah, I bet you I did a lot of harvesting there that I shouldn't have done, or that I missed because I wasn't paying attention. Oh, sorry. Let me turn that back off. Sorry about that. Which one am I in? Okay, I'm in the right one. I need to move this guy. Need to unload the harvester. And then I have to get the harvester going again to move out of the way of the other tractor. Well, I just made a big old traffic jam here, didn't I? Actually, it doesn't look like I missed any. Or maybe I missed that entire row. I guess we'll find out in a minute. I thought they were going to do something about the AI to where they could, like, after you unload a harvester, they could take it and dump it in the silos. I thought I read somewhere something about that, but I guess I was wrong. Or if it is possible, I have no clue how to do it. Maybe that was just kind of on the wish list and it never came to fruition. All right, actually, before I even drop this off, let me just go to the harvester here. Put the pipe back in. Start her back up. Get this bad boy out of the way, and then maybe the tractor will take off by itself. Yeah, there we go. All right, it's taking off by itself. So let me go. Well, actually, I'm just going to harvest some more. I was going to go and drop off what was in the trailer there, but I'm not going to yet. Thought about it, not going to do it. Let's see how much I missed once we get down here. I'm just yapping away, and I completely forgot to look down because it doesn't give you a warning when it's full. It should, but it doesn't. So unless you're really watching it and see that it's, you know, not harvesting anymore, you'll end up going over the same spot a couple of times because you didn't. Yeah, see, it stopped. That's exactly where it stopped. It was right here up here. So I only got just a little bit of this one harvested before it was full. But oh well. We'll just turn around and do it again. And off. Spin around. Well, that field needs to be weeded for sure. The one that we know, the one that we do not own. I actually harvested mine, so weeded mine, so it turned out okay. I hit it with fertilizer at least once. You're supposed to do fertilizer twice and weed it once, and just keep an eye on it for lime if it needs it. You need to plow it every so often. at a blazing 6 miles an hour. Alright, I'm going to give this other tractor a chance to turn around before I really get back over here. So I'm going kind of wide this time, slowing it down. Want him to get out of the way so I don't cause him to bunch up again. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's keep on going here. Well, looks like we got somebody else joining in there. How you doing tonight? Welcome to the chat. Well, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the channel is what I was trying to say. Just doing a bit of harvesting here on Estancia Lapacha. Yeah, this is one of those maps that I really enjoyed from Farm Sim 17. When they first added sugarcane to the crops that you could grow. Sugarcane's pretty cool. You can plant it once and then it just keeps regrowing after you harvest it. Now I would guess that you probably, depending on your settings, you'd probably have to plow it again every now and then to get the soil right, but I have not tested that yet. I'm not really sure. Looks like the tractor might be just about done. With the cultivating of that other field. And for those of you guys that are watching this back, I think what I'm probably going to do is I'll probably end it here after I finish harvesting this field and we load up everything in the silos. And I'm probably going to go for a American Truck Simulator stream here shortly. Just to see if we can't look at a couple of new mods that I've got in there. Let me see, I'm just going to switch over to the other track. Oh, I left that one running. That's not good. That'll waste fuel. Let's see, let's go ahead and drop this off. Go ahead and dump this in the silo. Got to make room for the harvester when I finish the field because it's just about done. And I need to move that other tractor that's doing the cultivating. Go ahead and dump that. Alright, we'll pull this back up fairly close, but not on the field. So we'll have it ready when the harvester's done. Alright, we are going to stop this one right here. Go ahead and turn the tractor off. Get this tractor out of the way. Now this is my heavier tractor. I think this one's more of a medium. That one's a small one that's pulling trailer right there. Alright, for right now, I'm just going to power that one off. Let's go back to the harvester. Where am I? Okay. Kind of got lost there. Wasn't sure where I was. Yeah, let's go ahead and get these last couple, 2 or 3 rows here. And it's probably going to be 3 to get all of it. 3 passes here. Yeah, I think the weather has cleared up a little bit. Looks like, yeah, it's not near as foggy as it was. That was a little weird with the morning fog. I mean, it was like really foggy, not very bright either. Of course, it's still not that bright. Looks better, I guess, on the stream, but you can see the birds flying off. That's a nice little added touch that they put in this game. I wish they would animate the windshield wipers. Or have a button to turn them on and off. Alright, yeah, I was right. Three passes here. Passes, then I will unload the harvester. I think what I'm probably going to do, guys, if you enjoy truck simulator games, keep your eye out. You can look up DT Fang, DTFANG, and you look up the channel that way, or subscribe. And I'm going to be doing probably an American truck simulator stream next. That's seems to be what people respond to the most, is the truck sim games, and I enjoy playing those the most, for sure. So I'm probably going to be doing a stream of that here after I get done with this. So probably about another 5-10 minutes on this, and then we'll go switch out games to something different. But it'll take me a few minutes to set back up afterwards, so just keep an eye out. And actually, if you hit the notification button after subscribing, it will tell you next time that it'll tell you when I'm, like, right when I go live. What was that? Why is there something? Huh. I guess that's just weeds. I mean, there's nothing planted there. And I know there's nothing planted on this field. Unless soybeans regrow themselves. I didn't think they did. Maybe they do. I'll have to check. I don't think soybeans regrow themselves. Maybe that's just weeds. I was under the impression that the only thing that regrows is sugarcane. Well, and corn. Well, no, not corn either. What am I thinking? Okay, those are weeds. Okay. I got confused for a minute. Alright, don't make me go back a 3rd time or a 4th time. I think I can get all this. This just barely fits, too. Okay, yeah, we got it. Okay, there we go. That one is harvested. So now, let's get the harvester, and we'll dump the harvester into the trailer. Actually, what's kind of cool too is I've never tried this on 17, and I don't really know why, but you can actually drive the harvester over to the silo and dump it in that way. It'd take a lot longer to do it that way, but it does work. So we are done with the harvester for the next little bit. I'll drop this off down here. That should start unloading now. Yep. We'll fill that up. And we'll go park the harvester in the shed there, or the overhang, whatever you want to call it. And we'll go through here. Park it up over here. Go ahead and lower that. Alright, so that is in there now. Let's see. Is that out of the way far enough? Yeah, that's out of the way. Alright, so here's our tractor that's got the 3,000 soybeans in it. Go ahead and turn this back around, dump this in the silo, and then all right. Drop them out. We'll take a peek and see how many we actually harvested out of that, because I don't think I've sold any of them from that harvest. I'll just turn the tractor off. Let's see, what do we have? We've got 25,492. That's not bad for one harvest, I think. So, all right, guys, we are going to call it a farm for today on this one. Let's go ahead and save the game. Make sure I don't lose anything. And if you've enjoyed the stream and you do like what you've been seeing, at least consider subscribing. That would help me out a good deal. Give me a thumbs up on the video. And if you do subscribe, go ahead and click that little notification bell. That way you will be alerted to the next time that I am live. So for now, DT Fang here, signing off. I will be back on shortly with American Truck Simulator, so stay tuned.